Infinix Note 11 Pro is a fantastic phone, and the moment I took it out of the box, I was blown away by the performance and camera. But it got me thinking, was this phone really designed by Infinix? I need to take you back a little bit to understand this. Some years ago, we only had feature phones in Nigeria, and the big brands like Nokia and Samsung didn't want to make affordable phones for us. Transsion, the mother company of Infinix and Tecno, stepped into the continent and changed narratives. They started making feature phones with massive battery and dual SIM cards to address our needs on a smartphone. When Android phones began gaining popularity, we had to pay a lot to buy them. Transsion stepped in once again and started making Android phones affordable for everyone on the continent. Initially, everything wasn't perfect. Their Android phone had some flaws and the user experience wasn't pleasing, but it was the easiest way we could use an Android phone since they were priced in a way that the average Nigerian could buy. They generated the most revenue and their sales skyrocketed. It looked like no one could compete, but usability was still a problem even at that time. They gave us what we wanted, not what we deserved. Infinix recycled chipsets on their phones and performance wasn't the best. It was evident if you held an Infinix Android phone next to a Samsung phone. It might still be today, but with phones like the Infinix Note 11 Pro, that narrative is about to change. I was blown away because I loaded different applications on the phone and they performed very well. I played a lot of games on this phone and it delivered. My favorite Android game, Call of Duty, is a joy to behold because the high refresh rate makes it more enjoyable. Twitter is my favorite app and I spend a lot of time there, and with the Note 11 Pro I ended up spending even more time joining educative Twitter spaces. This is because the speaker on the phone is loud and I can hear even when I keep it from a distance. During this long gaming on Twitter sessions, the phone gets hot. However, the 8GB RAM makes app retention in the background solid. I can run different applications simultaneously and I'll come back where I left each app the last time I minimized it, and the phone is powered by the MediaTek Helio G96, a chipset that was designed for gaming on budget phones. Remember when I said usability wasn't the best? Infinix has worked on that aspect, and the Infinix Note 11 Pro is running on Android 11 with Infinix new updated XOX 10.0. Infinix has reduced the number of unwanted apps and the games it usually comes with, but some apps are still there. Who remembers when ads on Infinix phones were everywhere? It was like an unwanted marriage, but difficult for the ads and Infinix to part ways. Using the Note 11 Pro every day, I noticed the ads are not as much as we used to see. Honestly, I wish Infinix and the ads would break up forever. The icons on this phone are well animated and they look good on the screen once again, thanks to the 120Hz refresh rate. To access the notification center, you swipe left and have to swipe right to access the control center. I know Infinix wants to make their software fun, but swiping left or right takes a while to get used to. Can we just swipe once and have access to everything like we used to? The Note 11 Pro is also one of the few Infinix phones out there that has swipe gestures, and I was able to change fonts and themes to my taste. It has a customizable smart panel. You can set some apps that you use the most to quickly access them by swiping and holding either side of the screen. Before I forget, there is Folax, a new voice assistant from Infinix, and it doesn't require data sometimes. It sure sounds smarter than Siri, at least that's a win for Infinix. The new UI is superb and smooth. It looks refined, but I'm still calling Infinix to break out of that marriage with ads. The Infinix Note 11 Pro is a standard looking device. It is made of plastic but has a matte finish that prevents fingerprint stains. This is the haze green color and it's pleasing in the eye. The frame is plastic but it's a shiny plastic that catches fingerprint stains. The phone has a fingerprint scanner that also doubles as the unlock key. It is comfortable, easy to reach and fast. You can also open your phone with a front-facing camera. It is fast, but it is not a secure way of locking your phone. The camera island sticks out at the back of the phone and it houses 3 cameras that we'll talk about in a bit. The device is heavy in the hand and cannot be used with one hand. You have to reach the top of the phone with your second hand or adjust it in your palms to access the top with your thumb. The display is flat with curved edges that highlights bezels and chin. There is a small camera cutout at the top center of the display and it doesn't get in the way while watching videos or gaming. It charges through a USB-C port and it also has a headphone jack, something we don't often see nowadays. It also has a dedicated downfiring speaker that is quite decent. However, I noticed during calls that it doesn't get as loud as possible. There is also a dual SIM card and SD card slot on the phone. The display is IPS LCD, but it's astonishing. Even outdoors that I was expecting it to flaw, it did pretty well. It's a 6.95-inch panel with a 20:9 aspect ratio. It maxes out at around 500 nits outdoors. To better enjoy it, I set it on auto brightness most of the time when I'm out. The colors you get from the display are primarily okay, and streaming videos is quite okay too. Unfortunately, Netflix doesn't work on the device, so you can only stream content on YouTube and other platforms. The resolution is 1080 and it gives more details when watching videos or pictures on the phone. The Note 11 Pro has a 120Hz refresh rate, making using the display more fun and snappier. You can also minimize the refresh rate to 60Hz or set it on auto refresh in the settings. The screen is often toggling between 90Hz and 120Hz depending on the app or game you are using or playing. I have enjoyed using the display on the Note 11 Pro ever since I started using it. There are 3 cameras at the back of the phone, with the primary sensor being a 64 megapixel sensor. There is a 30 megapixel telephoto lens that is impressive, even though I don't think we need a telephoto lens on this phone. Finally, a 2 megapixel for better depth in photos. Selfie pictures rely on the 16 megapixel camera on the display. The camera app has some exciting features and it even detects the scene when you are trying to take photos. It has a super night mode that helps improve photos in the dark. You don't get instant images when you tap on the shutter button, it takes some split seconds. Short video mode lets you use some Snapchat-like filters to have fun. Let me share some photos with you. Kindly share your thoughts in the comment section below. The Infinix Note 11 Pro takes about 2 hours to charge and it comes with a 5000 mAh battery. I want to create a battery charging and drain test, and if this video hits 100 likes, I will upload the video. Battery life is decent. Even though I'm a heavy user, I finished the day with around 15%. I get almost 8 hours of screen on time and I am comfortable with that. I only have to recharge the phone at night before I sleep. Infinix Note 11 Pro is a surprisingly good phone and it is one of the latest Infinix phones that is changing the story while taking us closer to what we deserve from the brand. It has almost everything nailed except for some decisions that would have been better. For example, I feel an ultra-wide lens would have been better instead of a telephoto lens. I want Infinix to keep working and improving on the software. Prices are getting higher nowadays and it looks like we can't even look at Xiaomi for budget phones. With phones like the Note 11 Pro, Infinix has a chance to compete on a global stage. If you enjoyed this video, kindly subscribe and I'll see you in the next video.